In 1921, Canada struck more than 200,000 silver half-dollars. They were ordinary coins, intended for ordinary transactions, pocket change in a growing young nation. But almost none of them would ever see circulation. Most were locked away, forgotten in vaults, and then, years later, quietly melted. What remained would become a legend. This is the story of the 1921 Canadian 50 cents, the coin collectors now call the king of Canadian coins. The year is 1921. The First World War has ended. Canada is rebuilding. Industry is growing. Cities are expanding. Silver coinage still powers daily commerce. At the time, Canada's coins were struck under the authority of the British Crown. On the obverse of every silver piece appears the portrait of George V, ruler of the British Empire. On the reverse of the half-dollar, a wreath of maple leaves surrounds the denomination. 50 cents. Canada. 1921. A clean, dignified design. Strong. Balanced. National. Nothing about it suggested rarity. Nothing suggested history. More than 200,000 pieces were struck in 1921. But demand for half-dollars was low. Large silver coins moved slowly in circulation. Many sat in storage. Years passed. Then in 1929 and 1930, a decision was made. Canada redesigned its silver coinage. Older inventory would be withdrawn and melted to recover the silver. Canvas bags were opened. Coins were counted. Furnaces were lit. Thousands upon thousands of 1921 half-dollars were reduced to molten metal. No ceremony. No announcement. No headlines. Just silver returning to the fire. But not all of them were destroyed. A small number had already left the mint system. Some were saved by collectors. Some slipped into circulation. Some were likely overlooked during accounting. Today, experts believe only around 50 to 100 examples survive in collectible condition. That is not rare. That is extraordinary. For a regular circulation issue, it borders on mythical. Look closely at the reverse. A royal crown anchors the top, a reminder of Canada's constitutional monarchy. Below it, the bold 50 cents. Then, Canada. And finally, the date, 1921. Encircling everything, maple leaves, not delicate, but strong and deeply engraved. They are not decoration. They are identity. The coin is composed of 80% silver and 20% copper. Weight. Substance. Durability. It feels solid in the hand. It sounds sharp when gently tapped. It carries presence. This was money built to last. Ironically, almost none of it did. For years, the rarity was not fully understood. Collectors slowly realized something was missing from circulation. The 1921 half-dollar was nearly impossible to find. As decades passed, confirmed survivors could be counted individually. Auction appearances became rare events. Each time one surfaced, attention followed. Prices climbed. Reputation grew. And the nickname took hold. The King of Canadian Coins. Today, the 1921 50 cents commands staggering prices. Even heavily worn examples can reach tens of thousands of dollars. Mid-grade coins can exceed 6 figures. High-grade specimens, especially those with original luster and minimal wear, can push even higher at major auctions. But value is only part of the story. This coin represents survival. It represents scarcity created not by low mintage, but by mass destruction. It represents what almost disappeared. The piece before us shows honest age. Its surfaces reveal natural toning, gold, gray, and subtle silver highlights. The maple leaves still display detail. The lettering remains strong. The crown stands clear at the top. This is not just metal. This is a survivor of the furnace. A coin that escaped melting by chance, timing, or quiet preservation. Somewhere along the way, someone chose not to spend it. And that decision changed everything. Many rare coins are rare because few were made. This coin is rare because almost all were destroyed. That difference matters. It gives the 1921 Canadian 50 cents a story few coins can match. It is not just a collectible. It is evidence of policy decisions. Economic shifts. Industrial recycling. And the unpredictable path of survival. It reminds us that history is fragile. And sometimes, value is created not at the moment of production, but at the moment of near extinction. More than a century ago, it was just another silver coin. Today, it stands at the summit of Canadian numismatics. The 1921 half-dollar. The coin that almost vanished. The coin that survived the fire. The king of Canadian coins.